And the way that I envisioned using tablets, you can go on YouTube, as our instructional designer said, and look at my artifact. I saw my name scroll by there, so you could have clicked on that one. You could see, if you want to, that I early on saw that the ability of just the instructor and the students having tablets could solve a lot of legitimate obstacles to student success. I have a lot of students who travel because they're on sports teams and they miss class, or they're taking care of family members, or they have other family obligations and they miss class, or they're sick and they miss class. All legitimate. Why can't I, as an instructor, give them the resources that I'm already producing by instructing a class to the students that aren't actually physically present? And that's why I use Explain Everything, in addition to many, many other apps. This is just one that I happen to choose to talk about today. These are a few of its capabilities. So you can use it to do PDF annotation. It's a digital whiteboard, so I can actually, and as Mary said, I'm recording this as well, so everybody can look at this again later if they want. If I write something on the tablet, it shows up. That gets recorded as part of the movie that gets exported and uploaded so that students can see it. So it's not just capturing my voice and when I change the slides, but if I want to ask students, why is there an exclamation point? Think about that, reflect on it. I'm a science teacher, by the way, I teach genetics, but all the annotations, so if I'm teaching something about the structure of DNA, I can ask students to, and they all have this because I produce my slides in PowerPoint, in this case, in advance of class and upload it before class as a PDF file. So all the students with their tablets in class download my PDF file. They have it on their tablets. They make notes on their versions of the slides as well. So they get the benefit of having my version and my voice and also their own notes that they've taken at the same time. So really, lecture capture is not about doing anything special or even faculty taking extra effort. I'm already doing this in the classroom. Now I'm recording it and uploading it to YouTube afterwards. So it takes no extra effort on my part, but it serves the students really outstandingly. Okay. So this is a smattering of things that I do, posting on YouTube, that is. So pre-lecture videos. Mary mentioned the flipped classroom, the idea of the instructor recording material in advance to have students watch before they come to class and then spending the class time doing active, engaged things. I do that somewhat. I've been doing this for 3 semesters now, and I have 5 or 6 or 7 maybe pre-lecture videos that I've created over that 1.5 year period of time. So some of my lectures I ask students to watch some videos I've produced in advance. I record all of my in-class lectures. Exam review sessions. One of those obstacles that I talked about early on was scheduling. So yes, I know that all of my students that are enrolled in my classes are available at the time that my class is held. That does not mean that the students are available when I choose to schedule my office hours. Right? Presumably a lot of the faculty at all institutions around the world have this issue. If there are office hours, that doesn't mean that the student is free when I decided to have office hours. So the same thing is true of review sessions. I choose to have review sessions outside of class right before I hold an exam. So any student that's available at that time comes and we have a question and answer. They ask me questions. I tell them answers. We work through problems together. But not everybody can make it. So now I record my office hours. If students come to class and they ask me questions, I record as I answer, drawing on this instead of drawing on a whiteboard on my wall. I draw on this, record it, upload it to YouTube. Everybody gets access to the question that student asked. The same for review sessions. And these are some comments down at the bottom. You'll see students have written, sorry for those of you in the back, I usually don't get access to class information prior to lecture, so watching lecture videos before class was helpful to follow along, gave a good foundation. So these are comments that students after my first semester teaching Discovery gave to me at the end of this semester when I pulled them. So after putting all this effort into creating videos, which is not really that much effort, but I have to upload them afterwards, and it takes me 5 or 10 minutes. Of course, I'm a scientist. I want to know, is this actually helping the students? Are the students using my videos, or am I just spending this time uploading them for nothing? How much are they watching? And what I'm focusing on here today in the next just couple minutes is, can I use the videos to figure out what it is the students don't understand about the content I want them to learn? And this is where YouTube Analytics comes into play. So I choose to upload all my videos to YouTube. As soon as class is over, I go back to my office, it's office hours, I press upload on my tablet, it goes to YouTube. So this is the main YouTube analytics screen. So if you have any faculty that want to use YouTube, when you log into your account, you get the overview screen. This tells me that so far this semester in my genetics class, I've had almost 20,000 minutes of video viewed by students. They only watch about 11 minutes at a stretch, so they're definitely not watching my entire 50-minute class video at once. And you also get an idea of, over time, how does viewership increase? So here, this axis is time to present down here. So what do you think these peaks correspond to? Exams. So you can click on the watch time report and see how right before the exam, student watching increases and increases till the day before the exam, and then maybe the night before the exam. And then it flattens, and then it grows to the next exam, and it drops, and it grows again. So that's what's been happening this semester in my class in genetics. Students are definitely watching these videos. The other thing that I really love about YouTube analytics, which everybody gets, if you make an account and you upload videos to YouTube, you get these reports. This is a single video running from 0 minutes, the start of class, to 25 minutes in. And the percentage over time of how many people are still watching the video. So presumably 100% start. The math is a little bit funny here in YouTube. But 100% of individuals start watching the video and then it drops. And then it rises again. And then it drops some more. And every time there's a peak, what that suggests is that a lot of people started here and watched, and then what did they do? They rewound and watched that part again. So every time there's a peak, that's saying people are going to that spot in the video a lot more than other parts of the video. So what I want to know is what is happening in the video right there. So all you do is you place that red bar, the cursor there, and it shows you down below the screenshot what part of the movie is there. So I can see, oh, I'm doing something about understanding different combinations of alleles during meiosis. Right? Doesn't matter. But now I know students need more information about this, so I can go into class the next day and we can talk more about this particular topic. So it's one way of getting information from the class about what they understand and what they don't. Other benefits of videos. Students can review these, of course. This is great for our students who are maybe English as a second language. If they don't understand something, they pause the video, they go to their textbook, they look up a definition. They go look at other media to try to, YouTube, maybe Wikipedia, to try to get more information about that subject. So in all, I feel like this is a great way to motivate faculty to be involved in tablet-based pedagogy. The carrot on the stick for the faculty is it solves some non-attendance issues, so it gives resources to the students that aren't in class. This is one of my favorites, the bottom one. I hated having students always come into my office hours asking the same question over and over. So I record the questions, I upload them. I can say, I'm happy to talk to you about this in person if you like, but I just delivered the best answer I've ever given to that question, and it's on YouTube. So let's talk about it now, but you always have the option of going to YouTube and listening to that response as well. I don't necessarily condone this comment on the bottom. I listened to your presentations on the way to school. I'm hoping this is a student that has someone else driving, or maybe it's listening, maybe it's not watching. Maybe they just have it playing on their laptop on the seat or something. But, right, this lets students access the content wherever they are, essentially. So I've got data, like Mary had data, but these are student attitudes. So after that first semester, now I'm in my third semester again, but after the first semester I asked students, how did you feel about the textbook? Do you feel like it helped you not at all, somewhat, or greatly in terms of your success in the class? It's pretty mixed. So my traditional class, I happen to be teaching 2 classes of genetics the same semester, one without tablets and one with. So this is the comparison. Blue is my traditional lecture section, red is tablet. So you see that students in the tablet class enjoyed, I guess, the textbook a little bit more, but on average, about 50%, 40% of students, pretty split. Like some people hated the textbook, some people loved it. When I asked them the same question about watching the videos, it's all either helped somewhat or better. The majority of students said we loved having the videos for all the reasons that were displayed on the bottom of the screen. It's quotes from students. I'm continuing to do this. So yes, it's important for the faculty to be trained as well as the students to have the technology. Because obviously if they don't have the data access and the tablets, they can't watch it. And now I've moved into how can we benefit the students by letting them use the tablets during exams. So all of my students are required to have internet accessible devices in the classroom. So now I've written, I think, I'll let you know later, cheat-proof exams. Right? I've had a change of heart about what we define as cheating. After you get a diploma, cheating is called collaboration, right? The main difference maybe is you have to cite your sources. So that's my main rule for tablet exams now. You are free to look at your notes, the textbook, which is on their tablet, anything on the internet, Wikipedia, YouTube, cite your source. Then I know you're not stealing somebody's answer. But the point is, what we're trying to get our students to do is to have authentic experiences in the classroom and to learn how to arrive at the best possible answer to a problem. Use as many minds as they have access to. So that's what one of the things that I'm currently working on is figuring out how exactly to do cheat-proof, internet accessible exams during class. And this is a picture from one of my exams this term. There's an individual component where students work by themselves. There's also a group component, which is what's happening here, students collaborating. And the last thing I want to pitch for very briefly is not only upgrading technology in the classrooms, but also in offices to allow some of what I've talked about, especially the lecture capture, or office hour capture. So maybe renovating faculty offices a little bit to add some of the technology that we need to do lecture capture. Maybe just Apple TVs in our case.
Please. Right, please.
Please, yes, absolutely. And lastly, curating digital material. So going forward, now I've got 2 or 3 semesters under my belt, I'm thinking, I'm creating all of these video resources, but I don't know what's in all of the videos. When I created the video files, I put the date in the file name, and that was about it. And now I have hundreds and thousands of minutes of video on my laptop. How useful is that? So this semester, I started adding on YouTube table of contents. As soon as I export that video into a video file, same day, I force myself to, I go down and write at what time did I talk about different concepts during class, or if it's a key to an exercise or a key to an exam, I record those as well. When did I start talking about, here's the answer to question 1, answer to question 2, answer to question 3. You just paste a text file like this into YouTube, and YouTube generates all of these times are hot links. So they click on that time and it takes them to that point in the movie. So they just get to watch the answer to question 3 if that's what they logged on to the video to see in the first place. You can also use YouTube to share specific portions of existing movies. So I spent most of my summer with help from the College of Science and Math, where I'm located, with some time that they gave me. I went back through all of my videos. Now I'm working forward. I went back through all my videos and recorded in a spreadsheet what I did in every video. And now I've got those resources. Now I've got the ability to make those pre-lecture videos that students need to watch before they come to class. Because I already talked about the material once and I've already got it recorded. Since this summer, now I know where all of those bits and fragments of video are. And I can just, they're on YouTube, so I just say, hey students, here's the link. It's going to start you at 9 minutes and 50 seconds into that video. Watch 2.5 minutes, come to class. You'll be ready. So I'm slowly moving away from having to have students buy textbooks. I can use free textbooks through ALS or other online websites, but I'm also creating my own textbook, video textbook basically, as I teach the class. So these are potential ways to leverage getting faculty involved in tablets, making it really easy for them. There's no hurdle anymore. You learn how to use the tablet, teach maybe the way you've always taught. You can create these digital resources. And I blog about this a lot, so if you've got any questions, here's some contact information. I brought cards as well, and I'm happy to answer questions if there's time.